Welcome to The Author Show, where we present new authors and books. From fiction to self-help and everything in between, you'll find it all here. To watch the TV version of our program, visit authorswebtv.com. That's authorswebtv.com. And now, let the show begin.
Hi, this is Linda Thompson, your host for The Author Show. Our featured book is the Rye Saga, The Realm of the Light, Book 1, The United. Our guest is James Quinlan Meservey, who says he has been a closet writer for many years and felt it was finally time to branch out and share his stories. The United is a young adult fantasy, and James is here to tell us more. James, welcome to The Author Show.
Morning, I'm glad to be here.
James, please give us a quick overview of the Rye Saga, The Realm of the Light, Book 1, The United.
The main character is TJ, and he has a chance encounter with a mythological creature. So the book's about that event and how that event changed his life.
Your book title is a mouthful, but if I'm guessing correctly, The United is book 1 of a series. How many books do you have planned?
Well, as of right now, the Rye Saga encompasses, in my head, the entire universe. And I've actually written 3 books belonging to different realms. So it's going to be the Rye Saga, Realm of the Light, book 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Rye Saga, the Realm of the Triad, books however many I do there, so on and so forth with different realms, different worlds.
So what is the Rye Saga? Is that a person? Is that a concept?
It's my fictional universe.
Okay. So when you first developed the Rye Saga concept, were you thinking of any particular type of reader or age group?
No, when I first started turning the short story Darkfang into the novel that became The United, I was just writing the story until it developed, and it wasn't until the story had developed that I really decided to go for a YA audience. At first, I was just writing for whoever wanted to read it.
Have you narrowed it down now to the YA audience? And what would be the age group in the young adult? Is it appropriate for grade schoolers? Would they understand it? Or where do we start as far as ages?
It's more geared towards older teen, so high school aged readers. It's just life experience to understand what's going on and the various issues that the main characters are experiencing. The characters themselves are in high school, so it's a good fit for a high school aged reader and anyone who's interested in that type of audience.
Is there any other author you feel may have influenced your writing style?
Oh my heavens. I love Dickens. I write fantasy, so it's not the same level of description and it's not the same level of capturing what was to him the British people and his useful experiences. But I don't believe I could read an author as frequently as I've read Dickens, Tolkien, J.K. Rowling, Mark Twain without some aspect of their voice, some manner in which their syntax, their diction, their motifs, their symbolism without influencing how I write.
James, I have to say, I fell in love with your book cover. Who was the artist responsible for the image of the wolf?
His name is Colin Murphy. He's from Layton, Utah. As of right now, he's a sophomore at Layton High School. When he originally took on the project, he was in the summer between his 8th and 9th grade. And very talented. I saw some of his portfolios. A lot of his work was just human faces and things. And when I first approached him about doing the cover for me, he said, I've never done a picture of a wolf before. This is going to be a challenge and I can't wait to get started. And of course you see the end result, and I get compliments all the time for Colin, and he did a phenomenal job.
Yes, he did. That drawing of that wolf is just breathtaking. So tell me, James, why did you choose fantasy as your preferred genre?
The story of The United started as a short story when I was in 5th grade, and it just so happened that the short story that I decided to turn into a novel was a fantasy one.
Your protagonist is someone called TJ. Tell us a little bit about TJ. Will he be the central character in the entire series?
Every book in the series is going to be focused on a different character. It's going to pretty much chronicleize the life of the individual. So no, TJ's just the main character of The United. And his friends, Leanne, Blaze, and Amanda, are also a main character. So I got basically 4 main characters in The United. And he's from the Intermountain West. He is somewhat socially awkward. As he grew up in middle school and high school, he had a really bad time with stuttering and a really bad time with mixing his words up as he spoke, especially when he got nervous. And a lot of myself is poured into a lot of TJ's personality. Just like me, he's hydrophobic. Just like me, when he's in bright lights, he sneezes and starts getting headaches unless he's wearing sunglasses. And I tried to create a normal person people can relate to with personality quirks of their friends, and I poured a lot of my own personality quirks into TJ's character.
Well, other than TJ, are your characters modeled after people you know, or are they straight from your imagination?
The original short story, I had them based on my friends, and the original novelization had them based on my friends. One of my main characters, Amanda, for instance, when she gets really nervous, she starts speaking extremely fast, and her face turns red, and her voice jumps a couple octaves, and she runs entire paragraphs in one breath. And that is based on a real friend I met in the city of Khabarovsk, Russia, named Tanya. Absolutely loved her, but when she got really excited, you just see her face turn red, and you cannot understand a single thing she said except for a vowel every so often.
So speaking of friends, do you have a group of friends or family members that serve as beta readers before you send a manuscript off to your publisher?
My wife, and then anyone else I can ask and accepts. The United was read by a good friend of mine, a science teacher in Brigham City, Utah, Ben Watkins. Before getting ready for publication, I had a cousin down in Arizona, Sarah Cunningham, read the second book before I sent it off. My brother has read some. So it's dependent on what friends I have with time available in my editing window.
What makes The United stand out in a crowd?
The cover. To me, it's a fictionalized and fantasized version of my story, and extremely unique in some concepts that has not been dealt with. The involvement of the realm of Rye that I have not seen very often. The realm of Rye is pretty much what Christians consider paradise or the afterlife. And so it's people who've passed on that live in the realm of Rye that have influence on what happens on the realm of the light and how they help guide and direct our lives. And I just kind of run with that in a fashion that I don't see done very often in fantasy.
Most authors write because they have a message to share. What is your message for readers of The United?
That no matter how bad trials get, no matter how difficult it is, we can always heal from negative experiences and find joy and satisfaction in our lives as we learn about ourselves and who we are and become comfortable with ourselves.
Will you share some of the comments and feedback you've received from readers of The United?
Chris Pasquarello, the author of the Destined series, told me that I am extremely articulate for an author, I must tell you. It has a very moving plot and get to know the characters really well. My friend Ben told me that he absolutely loved the change of the story from the short story into the novel. It really engaging for him, really difficult for him to put down.
If you could compare The United with any other, what would that other book be?
I don't know if I could compare it with any other because it's my own. I know it so well. I like to think of it as a cross between the Chronicles of Narnia and The Lord of the Rings, where it has a lot of the Christian symbolism that both of those fantasy series include, but it's not as obvious as the Chronicles of Narnia. The symbolism's not as steeped in the story as The Lord of the Rings.
So where can we learn more about you, and where can we purchase the Rye Saga, The Realm of the Light, Book 1, The United?
My website is jqmserve.wordpress.com, and on my website you can purchase there's a PayPal link where you can buy a physical autographed copy from me, and my blog has all about me and my writing, and I post every week, and so there's a really good view of what my writing style is and who I am on my website. And then the book is also available at all major online retailers.
James, thank you so much for taking time to talk with us today. I'm sure a lot of our listeners are going to want to get your book for the young readers in their lives. Please come back when you release Book 2 in your...
Yeah.
Nothing closes out a show like a good review, and here's one for The United. Great descriptive writing, believable characters, and twists and turns on every page make The United a story that's impossible to put down. The strong characters drive the plot that keeps the reader guessing, a hallmark of any great read. The characters continuously brought me to reflect on situations in my life and relationships. I highly recommend it. Please visit theauthorshow.com to listen to other featured authors. These interviews are available to book buyers worldwide, on demand every day, 24/7. If you have written a book and would like to be a guest on the show, visit theauthorshow.com, complete the interview request form, and we will contact you shortly thereafter. The Author Show is a great way to market your book by getting in front of your target audience with a high-quality interview that will make a real impact. Join us again for another great book and another exciting author on The Author Show.
Thanks for listening to The Author Show. To contact us, call toll-free 1-877-955-8800. That's 877-55-8800. Or visit theauthorshow.com, theauthorshow.com. Tune in next time to another great author on The Author Show.